Welcome back to Susan Dawn's Spiritual Connections. Welcome to a brand new soul path reading. We're channeling the dragons today. The dragons have been coming back through. This is interesting. The dragons have been coming back through in my meditations lately. I just did a healing session today and the pink dragon came through. And this is interesting. We have a pink dragon here and we have this path energy. It feels like our paths are evolving, our paths are unfolding. I'm noticing that in my business. I'm noticing that in my relationships and my connections. New connections are coming in. It feels very supportive. This eclipse energy, depending on where you are in your journey, this eclipse energy feels extremely supportive of expansion and evolution. If you're having a difficult time, allow yourself to look at where that resistance might be. I also have the eclipse soul path reading that might be helpful for you to release any resistance or to release any blocks that might be holding you back from allowing for that transformation. But this energy feels extremely supportive of our evolution and of our growth. When it comes to relationships and connections, we have a new Sacred Union mini reading over on the Patreon. We're going to have another full Sacred Union energy update coming up later this week, and I'll have some clips over here for YouTube for those who are not Patreon subscribers. I'm also going to be doing a soulmate reading. This is something that I've been wanting to do for the past several months, but it just hasn't fully come through because I want to share my own experiences with soulmate connections as well. Many of us are experiencing different paths along our journey and inviting in new connections and new soul family. I know that I've met some amazing people over the past couple of months. One being my physical therapist, my personal trainer. She is just my naturopath introduced me to her, and she is just right on par with where I am and helping me on my physical journey to health and well-being. And I've met some other connections as well that have helped me understand healthy conscious connections, healthy conscious relationships. So I'm going to explain for the Patreon, I'm going to share some of my own personal journey and we'll do a reading there as well. And again, I will be sharing some clips over here on Susan on Spiritual Connections. So if you're not a Patreon subscriber, you'll always have something. But our Patreon has become really that sacred and safe space in which we can really dive deeper, share our personal journeys, because this is our personal journey. My channel here is my own evolution, my own expansion, my own sacred journey through which I share. I always say that I'm evolving and growing right along with you guys and learning right along with you guys. And so my channel, this platform, all my platforms have been an extension of myself, an expression of myself and my journey. And I am greatly humbled and honored to have that as part of my experience and have you guys as part of that journey. I was saying to, I'm digressing a little bit, but I was saying to a soul sister recently how I read a quote recently that said that leaders, true leaders, really help other leaders to evolve. And when I look at my own journey, we might have a smaller community here, but I feel very grateful for that intimacy because it enables me to have more intimate connections with all of you. Even one of you guys just commented that you got a new dog, and I said, show me the pictures, and we had a beautiful catch-up conversation. And some of you have reached out and shared with me that you've started your own businesses. So many of my clients and followers have, and I don't like the term followers, but I don't have another word for it. Those of you who are subscribed here and part of this community have started your own businesses and practices, and it's beautiful to see. When I say that it's an honor, I mean that it's an honor. That's what lights me up, and that's what encourages me. And I want to say thank you for that community as well. So, we're always going to have something for you guys, but over on the Patreon, again, we're extending that community and going a little bit deeper with our readings over there. So let's take a look and see what messages the dragons have. This energy is very interesting. I've been sleeping a lot. My body has been needing that rest and needing that sleep, but within that sleep, I've been going deep into dream state, which I haven't done in a very long time. There's a lot of healing that's happening, a lot of weirdness that's happening in dream state, but a lot of healing that's happening and a lot of messages that are coming forth. I'm being reminded of a channeling, a dream that I had, and then I channeled of it wherein I was driving, and there was a dragon energy that was driving along with me. I'm going to try to find that in the I'm going to put it in the description box if I can find it. I can't remember what channeling that was. It might have been a previous dragon channeling. But I'm reminded of that. I'm reminded of that dream. And like I said, in meditation, it's like the dragons are coming back in. The dragons are, it's almost like they had gone quiet a little bit. At least for me, they had gone quiet a little bit in the past several months, but they're coming back in much more strong because it feels like I'm hearing we're at the apex, and I've been hearing that quite a lot over the past year, and it really feels like there is this turning point, there's this crossroads, and we've been getting that a lot too. Remember, time is nonlinear, that this is all part of a process, this is all part of an unfolding. And so when we're saying that we're at the crossroads, when we're saying that we're at the open doorway, when we're saying that we're at a turning point, it's not it's happening right here right now, but it's part of a process that's unfolding. And so it does take some time to integrate and anchor in. It does take some time for that process to unfold, for that ascension essentially to unfold. So it does feel like they're coming back in because they are needed now. I'm also hearing that they're called upon now, and this might be called upon within the heart space. This might be called upon within the soul space if you're not consciously connecting with dragons. But it does feel like they're called upon now to come through and help to support. They're saying that we had other um, energy guides, spirit guides coming in to support certain phases of our evolution. And this is our global collective evolution. Could be your individual as well, because your individual affects the collective, right? As you heal, grow, and evolve within yourself, it affects your outside reality and the collective reality. But now it's like they're coming in for the collective ascension, for the collective experience. So let's see what messages they have today. The pink dragon, I was in meditation for a healing session around, creativity and my writing and things like that, because I could see that I had some blocks when it came to the motivation for my writing and actually allowing the writing to flow. Writing has always been important to me ever since I was a little girl, and I've been very blessed in that I pursued that and I was motivated to write books. But through the illness that I experienced, I had a lot of brain fog, and it always felt like it took effort. And so the healing session that I did today was around releasing that effort and allowing it to become more effortless, where I don't have to struggle through. It doesn't have to be so hard. And so the pink dragon, as I was in that meditation, the pink dragon came through, and the pink dragon just feels like harmony. It feels like peace. It feels like ease. And that's what was coming through. And it's almost like that's a message for our path now. It's like allowing yourself to ground that ease, to ground that effortlessness, to ground that harmony within oneself, so that you can create not just within your artistic pursuits, but so that you can create whatever it is that you wish to create. So that life itself, the creation of your life, doesn't have to be such a struggle. What is it that you want to create in this world? How is it that you want to live? How you present yourself to the world, how you experience your life, whatever it is that you're creating for your life, your relationships, your career, your job, your projects, your passions, even just how you're spending your time. It's all an expression of yourself, it's an expression of your soul. So, how are you expressing yourself? That's part of your creative pursuit as well. How are you expressing yourself with your life as a whole, and expressing yourself along your path? And your path is part of exploration. Allow yourself to explore your path. Your path can open up and take detours, and that's part of the journey. If you're on a road trip, part of the joy in the journey is not so much the destination that you have to get to. Your journey doesn't start at the destination. Let's say that you're going to, I don't know, a theme park or something. Well, the journey isn't just the theme park. It's what is the ride to get there? What is the car ride or the plane ride to get there? Are you making it a joyous opportunity to meet new people, to form new connections, to learn something about yourself, to explore maybe a cafe or a roadside stand, or a scenic route along the way? your whole life is a journey. Your whole path is a journey. So it's not just about the destination. I'll be happy when, I'll be content if, I'll do this here, now, then. You do that now. You begin now with this first step because it's the journey, and your journey starts. Well, when you're conscious, your journey starts right here, right now. In every given moment, when you decide, when you choose, when you, in your conscious, self aware mindset, say, I choose to change, I choose to grow, I choose to create right here, right now. And then you allow your journey to be something beautiful, and you allow yourself to create, you allow yourself to open up. Okay, so let's see what the dragons want to say to us today. There's a very supportive energy. I think I said that before, but it's coming in again. There's a very supportive energy of the dragons for your path, for your life, and for your evolution and ascension. And your ascension being your evolution. We have the card loss. It's very interesting because I had said a couple of weeks ago that I think we need to channel the unicorns again, because I was reading The Last Unicorn, one of my favorite books. He has a new sequel out based on The Last Unicorn book and movie. One of my favorites. I was reading it and I was feeling unicorn energy. You guys were feeling unicorn energy. I said, I think we need to channel with the unicorns again. It's no coincidence. Nothing's coincidence that we have the unicorn here and we have the dragon here. Two energies coming in to help support. The dragon is very supportive in its warriorness, in its fierceness, in its courage, in its strength. I'm just getting the image of a dragon flapping its wings and the power that stems from this. The dragon reflects power. And I'm also getting that the dragon shows you the power within yourself. That's how they are supportive of us. The unicorn is magic. It's mystical. But it's showing you the power of the magic that's within you. Both energies showing you your divinity. With the unicorn, it's saying believe in miracles. Believe in magic again. And I like how you have both energies here because together it's like this powerful magical duo. Two are better than one. Two are stronger than one. Two are more magical than one. And that's where we are supportive of each other. The dragon and the unicorn supportive of each other for you, supportive of you. I'm not getting so much from the word loss. However, if you have experienced loss, if you have experienced any kind of disconnection, especially disconnection from yourself or disconnection from God's source, disconnection from the universe, disconnect from the world, if you're feeling any sense of lack or loss with regards to any of that disconnect, and that's why we feel loss, is because we feel disconnected within ourselves, or we feel disconnected from someone, or we feel disconnected from God, then this energy is coming through to help support you, to help reconnect you, to help you find your inner strength and your inner power, and to, again, help you believe in the power of miracles, the magic of miracles. And miracles is just a shift in perspective, just a shift in consciousness. We call it a miracle because we believe in limitations, because as humans we think of limited possibilities, but the universe is truly unlimited. And so that's what these energies are here to help you with. I can't believe this. I have on a post-it, Return to Avalon. We're going to be channeling King Arthur and Merlin and even Guinevere energy very, very soon. I've just been getting an influx of downloads lately. I have a whole list of channelings to do. I've just been so tired, but we are going to be doing them. I had even said this, and we have Avalon at the bottom of the deck. So trust that we're going to be channeling Avalon energy very, very soon. It's going to be coming to Susan Dawn Ascension Connections. If I'm not called to do it tomorrow, I will do it for sure next week because it's coming in very strongly. That is the same thing I was working on with my healing session with the brain fog. I just have to get over the block and get over the fatigue. I'm working on it. But Avalon energy coming through strongly. So I love that this is validation. So let's see what else is coming through for us, for the collective. Divine order. I got to show you guys this card. I just want to get another card here. This is another card of support to remember that you are supported. There might be a little bit of a I can't make this shit up. Look at that Merlin. I'm telling you. I am telling you. So there might be a period of shadow right now, and I'm not calling it darkness because it's not full-blown darkness of the soul. It's not even darkness, but it might be a period of what feels like shadow, where there might be some triggers, there might be some, especially Mercury retrograde, we're being really asked to reevaluate, to reflect, to look back on ourselves, to look back on our lives, and allow for that transformation. But there's an energy too of support that's coming through here, and I like how we have divine order in between the shadows and loss. So if you're experiencing any of this energy, know that you are fully supported. And look at this, like that smile on his face. It's like this grounded energy. Trust that everything is in divine order. Trust that you are being supported. And I'm also getting this energy of allow yourself to raise your spirits, raise your vibrations, raise your frequency through the energy of play, through the energy of joy, through the energy of laughter. I remember when I was going through one of the darkest nights of my life with Lyme disease, I hadn't laughed or smiled in such a long time because I was in so much physical and emotional pain. It was a complete suffering that I was experiencing way back in the beginning of my health journey when I was first diagnosed. And I remember it was New Year's, and I decided that I wasn't going out because I couldn't drive, I couldn't go out, I could barely walk, and I could barely talk at the time. And so I decided I was just going to gather all my favorite things. I gathered my journals, I gathered books, I gathered my favorite foods, and I had my dog, and I just set myself up on the couch, and I watched How I Met Your Mother. And I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. It was the first time I'd seen that show, and I just laughed. And something shifted. And I remember the feeling of the energy in that living room, how everything shifted. It was like the energy got lighter. The light itself in the living room that night got brighter. I could feel the difference. And I felt at peace. I wasn't in as much pain. I wasn't in despair. I wasn't worried about my own mortality and fearful of my own mortality. I said, I'm here and I'm now. And everything changed. At New Year's, I could hear my neighbors celebrating, and the people down the street were setting off fireworks, and I felt such joy in my heart. I might not have been part of that celebration outside, but within myself, there was something that was reborn in that moment, in that night. And it was because I allowed myself to find that joy again, to find that laughter. I allowed my whole energy to shift. Allow yourself to find what it is that brings you passion, what it is that brings you joy, what it is that lights you up, what it is that makes you laugh. And do not, do not, do not hold yourself back from it. You are meant to love the things that you love and go towards the things that you're passionate about and to explore the things that bring you joy. Whatever it is in this world, do not let somebody bring you down for it or ridicule you for it or criticize you for it. You love what you love because you love it, period. Because it's showing you something, it's teaching you something, it's helping you grow, or it's helping you just be more of who you are. Allow yourself to be supported by that which you love. And if you feel silly, ridiculous, if you feel stubborn or prideful, like, oh, I shouldn't love this or I shouldn't love that because of this or because of that, that's all ego. Allow yourself to surrender that. Just love what you love. I always say this too, when it comes to spirituality, it's a perfect example because your spirituality is something that is very personal to you. And how you express that is something that's very personal to you. I used to joke with my friends that I wear jeans and cardigans and, like you would not look at me and think that I'm a tarot reader or that I talk to dragons and angels and shit like that. I even swear. You would not think that I am a deeply spiritual person. But that's okay because this is how I express myself. I love what I wear and I love what I do and I love who I am and I love how I express myself. It's how I express myself. It's who I am. And that can grow and that can evolve. Maybe some days I want to wear a dress and maybe some days I want to wear sweats and maybe some days I want to wear a kimono, like a muumuu, like one of those like floaty things. It's just how do I want to express myself today? I saw something on TikTok where a little girl was crying at her closet and she's looking at her clothes and the mom's like, you have so many clothes. Why don't you just pick something out? She's like, this isn't who I want to be today. And I relate to that so much because it's not about who do you want to be, but how do you want to express yourself and who you are. And who you are is always growing and evolving and changing. Who you are, the soul, is the core. But how you express yourself, you have the freedom, the liberation to express yourself and explore how you want to express yourself. And again, how you want to present yourself to the world. Allow yourself to explore that which you love. That could be art. That could be writing. That could be building things. That could be going for hikes. That could be whatever it is. Whatever it is, just let yourself love what you love and explore what you love and because that's an expression of who you are. And you're meant to express who you are. Don't let other people's perceptions or limitations hold you back from that. That's where you're supported and that's where everything is in divine order. If you are feeling any kind of lack or scarcity or disconnect from yourself or from God, then you feel disconnected from the expression of who you are. Then you can get a little bit lost in the shadow aspects of yourself. Don't forget the light. Don't forget to laugh. Don't forget your passions. Don't forget your love. All right, let's get a little bit more using this deck. Look, pink dragon. Again, we have Kuan Yin's pink dragon. I was kind of feeling that energy, but I wasn't entirely sure. But it definitely feels like that harmony that was coming through. Bring firm love that resets your karmic balance. See all your cords dissolve by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. That's kind of the message that we're bringing through today. It's love what you love and see love in all things, especially and including yourself. All right, what do we have today? You have a personal dragon too. Allow yourself to communicate with your personal dragon. Speak with your personal dragon. Form a connection there. The gold and silver violet flame dragon transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. You're coming out of this energy. You're coming out of the shadow. You're coming out of the darkness, so to speak. You're coming out of that lack and that scarcity. That's part of the transformation that we were talking about a little bit in the beginning about how this eclipse energy is really creating transformation. It's really creating a shift and a change within you, allowing you to expand and to grow. Just release that resistance. That's part of this energy here, and that's where I was saying that there's a lot of supportive energy to help with that evolution, to help with that expansion, to transmute the old so that you can evolve into the new. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. And look, you even have the butterfly there. Yeah, you might have felt like you were going through a little bit of a rebirth. You might have felt like you were that caterpillar in the chrysalis. And I learned this when I was sick, that the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and completely breaks down into goo. Completely, its whole DNA is restructured in order to become the butterfly. And so sometimes it's allowing ourselves to go through that rebirth, not resisting that rebirth, so that we can become who we truly are, who we know that we're truly meant to. And that's part of expressing yourself, right? It's part of expressing the fullness of who you are, part of exploring the fullness of who you are. You didn't know that you could be the butterfly because you were still the caterpillar. But now you're going through an ascension. You're going through a whole journey, not for the destination, but for the journey itself, to understand this journey that you've been through, this evolution that you've been through, in order to become more of who you are. That's what our ascension journey is about. We're still human. We're still human beings in physical form, but we're understanding that we are also spiritual beings. And we are the bridge between the two. We're so much more than what we thought we were. You are so much more than what you thought you were. So allow yourself to explore that and have fun in this human being. Life is meant to be joyful. Life is meant to be fun. Life is meant to be creation. So allow yourself to create in joy, in harmony, in peace. Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification. Archangel Gabriel is really interesting. We're talking about creativity because Archangel Gabriel is also the angel of communication, the angel of creativity. So this is really beautiful. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. So this is really beautiful. Speaking of creation, speaking of expression and creativity, speaking of, how you communicate too is part of who you are. Let's get one more card, please. One more card. And the earth and water dragon creates a foundation for new growth, grounding this energy in. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. So really nurturing that creative essence, really allowing you to... There's something about this one. Nurturing that creativity, nurturing that expression, nurturing who you are, nurturing your passions, allowing yourself to explore, and really grounding that energy so that you're stable, so that you're grounded, so that you remember that you're part of the earth, you're part of this world, just in higher energy, just in higher consciousness. We have the black dragon from Saturn here, and they're calling me to the shift in Saturn, how... something with astrology. We just talked about this a couple of readings ago. Something about the shift in astrology to Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, I think it was, then moving back into Capricorn, then it's going to be moving back into Aquarius. There's something about this transformative time, this cosmic time, that is creating a huge transformative shift for the global collective. It brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself, you have passed a test. So yeah, it feels like this is a very transformative time. And if you've been going through this kind of energy here, this kind of feeling of loss, this feeling of disconnect, this feeling of shadow, it's because you need to go through the shadow in order to recognize the light. I had channeled that a couple of days ago, how you only know how far the light can spread by the shadow, by the darkness. The shadow, the darkness, is how you know how far that light can spread. And so that's this energy here. So some of you might have been going through a difficult time, and that is almost like an initiation. I don't like the word test because I don't believe that the universe tests us. I don't believe that the universe rewards us, but I do believe that the universe responds to us and supports us in shifting our energy. And the more that we shift our energy to one of higher consciousness, making more conscious, mindful choices, shifting our energy, shifting our beliefs and our mindsets from that lack, from that self-criticism or that lack of worth or the lack of value or feeling abandoned or whatever it was that is our wounded nature, the more that we shift and heal that energy and allow ourselves to grow through that energy, the more the universe responds to that. It's just a response system. It's just the universe is responding by saying, okay, let's bring you more abundance because you're in a higher energy that is capable of receiving that abundance without feeling lack, without feeling scarcity, without feeling fear that it's going to go away. You know that you're always supported. So the universe is responding to the energy that you're carrying and the energy that you're putting forth And that's what this feels like. It feels like you've been going through an initiation and going through a deep transformation. And it's like, it feels like that doorway, this eclipse energy is like the doorway that has opened, to really see the fruits of that healing work that you've been doing, that introspection work that you've been doing, that growth work that you've been doing. Um, and by the end of the year, the beginning of 2024, when Saturn moves back into Aquarius, I believe that's what's going on. Something about Pluto too. I can't remember when I'm channeling, but um, when the cosmologies shift again, it's going to really anchor in the shifts that you're making now. The eclipse seasons are very important because they are really supportive in the transformation and helping you to make more conscious choices and decisions about who you want to be, about where do you want to go. So with this energy, we have another eclipse coming up on May 4th, 5th, and then we have another eclipse season in the fall. So this eclipse energy is really helping us to gather momentum to create a higher energy and a higher light. So, rose pink dragon, and I like this word here. It says prepare, prepares your heart to connect. And that's what it feels like. It feels like preparation, this transformation, preparation for what it is that you are creating. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. So that's what we're shifting into. We're shifting into more harmony, more love, and we're creating with that higher energy and that higher vibration in mind. So, really, really beautiful energy here. Just tuning in to see if there's any additional messages, anything else they want to say, any other cards that they want me to pull, and I'm feeling like that's it. But we will be back with more dragon channelings because I really love connecting with them. They just feel amazing. And they have a lot of wisdom that they carry through as well. So we'll be back, maybe even as soon as next week, with another dragon channeling or whenever they have messages. So make sure that you stay tuned. I'm sending you all so much love and so much light.